The easy life could also mean a life that is free from pain, annoyance. You just want to live a life that, no pain, nothing touches you. Without pain, without suffering, without going through anything. And another thing about the life of ease is one that is given to comfort or relaxation. One that is given to what? I want to hear you. One that is given to what? Comfort or what? Now, are we saying that having comfort is not good? But let me tell you this. Too much of comfort can become the burial ground of your potentials. The burial ground of your future. Too much of comfort. We're going to read certain scriptures and you're going to understand what we're trying to say, that the dangers of a life of ease. Now, somebody said something. One of the former presidents of a former president of the United States of America said something. There has never yet been a man in our history who led a life of ease, whose name is worth remembering. There has never been a man in history, in life, who lived a life of history, whose name is worth remembering. Nobody. Not in the Bible, not in our society, and not in the one that is to come. Not in the future. No one. Now, can I tell you this? Right from your conception, God made it that it will not be like a life of ease. Somebody's wondering. I'm sure you know that the day you were born, you were not the only sperm that was released. See, the day you were conceived, rather, not the day you were born, the day you were conceived, that you were not the only. You were not the only one. How many, Doc? Millions. It was a race. You were the first to hit the place. That was why you came. If another sperm had hit, it won't be you that we're seeing. Probably you wouldn't even be here. Even the egg. So millions. There was already that God decided from the one that you are not going to come and just have an easy life and become something. It was a race. They released it, millions, and you were the first to hit the place. That's how you came. So that by implication tells you that you didn't come here for holiday. Because if you didn't run fast, another sperm would have overtaken you and you will not be the one here. Now, to start with, when a baby is born and a baby is not born crying, they will make you to cry. Just to welcome you, you didn't come for holiday. In fact, from the doctor's perspective, because if a baby doesn't cry, it means that there's a problem because you need to breathe. So, he's already telling you, you didn't come here for holidaying. You came here for a serious business. And if a baby wants to have a life of ease, the baby will not be able to suck the mother's breast. A baby that is wanting to have is waiting for the breast to come. Ooh, hunger will finish that baby. Have you ever seen baby? Oh, they go for it. They are not waiting. In fact, when they begin to grow to a certain level, they rush it, remove. In fact, they don't even care that you are inside, you are in a public place. When they are hungry, they remove it. Anti-faith. And Napompo knows how to do that a lot. And then they say, Potter, power. Because from day one, God already said, look, you didn't come here. If you come here to joke, you are finished. Too. Now, as they begin to develop, they try to walk. You see that it is not a life of ease. I remember they want to walk, hit their head on the ground. Boom. Okay, will the mother now say, okay, don't walk again? So I said, no. In fact, I remember it was Rohama. I think she fell from the dining table or something. You hear the sound. Boah! It's as if the person's, if you are coming, you will see a head scattered. So you love that baby very well. You now change the baby. I say, no, don't try to walk again. What kind of baby do you think you're going to produce? Eh? So God, by all indication, God didn't bring us here for a life of ease. By all indication, it wasn't intended that you will come here to holiday. Now, let me even tell you from creation. You see, most times people think, people are working for money. Eh? You think that the reason why you go to work is so that you make money. Is it not? Make money, marry, build house. The first man, it wasn't for making money or to be eaten. God gave him work, assignment. Put him inside garden. God had already provided everything. Yet God said, I didn't bring you here to come on holiday. He said, I have put you in this garden to tend it, to till it. And he didn't require to till it to eat because the food was already supplied. Because God did not bring him to come on holiday. I wanted to know this because you see, part of the reason why our society is the way our society is because of too much ease, too much comfort, too much relaxation. We love ourselves. We snap. Selfie. Loving myself. Loving myself. Hey, can I tell you, if you want to go far in life, you must hate yourself. They say, which type of pastor is this one? How can you hate yourself? We read it in the Bible. And we're going to, by the time we begin to analyze it, you will understand what God is saying. And you understand why your life is the way it is now. And you understand what you need to do in order to live where you are now, to move to the place God wants you to be. Jesus will say, you look at yourself and deny it. That's, you tell yourself, as you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you say, I don't know you. That's denial. Have you ever looked at yourself and you say, I don't know you? Hey. Until you are, and unless you come to that level where you can look at yourself and you refuse to recognize yourself, your journey is far. Now, what is the number one danger of a life of ease? Now, let's look at that place that we read, Proverbs 24. He said, I walk by the field of a lazy person. And as I looked at that field, it shows you, maybe with time we'll look at it, the process of understanding. That's one of the things, if you look at that verse, the process of understanding. He said, I looked at that field and I ponder. I thought about it. You see, part of the problem of our generation is that we don't think. We don't think. Because you know why? Because thinking itself is work. I'm not talking about worrying. You know, remember the other time Apostle Adagusu told us, if you can worry, you can meditate. So thinking is work. And that's why many people don't think. Because thinking brings you out from a life of what? Ease. You know why many people take drugs? They don't want to think. They don't want to reason. You know why many people do many things they do? Because they don't want to think. Because thinking is work. In fact, to some levels, thinking can be more hard, can be more, how do I put it? Strenuous, that's the word, than physical work. I'm telling you the truth. See, if you can think more, most times you will exert less energy. Most times the reason why we're exerting too much energy and less result, because there is no thinking that goes in before we go to work. There is no thinking. You just think that work is about physical work. You just rush. Why do you think the CEOs earn more than the laborers? They are paying them for mental work, because it's more strenuous to labor up here than to labor with your hands. But today, somebody's life is shifting. You will not just do things without thinking. You will not just do things without putting mental work, mental energy, exerting yourself. Now, let me tell you this. One of the dangers of a life of ease is this. A life of ease truncates your growth and development. Now let's look at it this way. Okay, let's start with inanimate things, things that are not living things. Anything that is not in use is in danger of decay. Anything, be it building. You know one of the reasons why this building is still standing and strong and alive is because the building is used actively. If we stop using this building in the next 5 years, if you come, you will not like what you see. The building will decay. You begin to see cracks here and there. So putting things in use cause it to grow. But most times people think that, you see, that's why many people don't like hard work. Because they think that working hard is affecting them, without knowing that working hard is causing you to grow and to develop. You see, that's one of the reasons why people die after retirement. You see somebody who has been active, working, boom, 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 work. They now say, he's looking forward to retirement. He thinks that he's going in for good something. Never retire, refire. Even if you are working in a civil servant, don't agree to their retirement. Let their retirement be a refinement for greater things. If you don't want to die before your time, they tell you work for 35 years, you retire. If you are 65, you retire, you agree. You carry, they give you 1 million naira, and you go and cross your leg. Before you know it, you say, your knee is doing like this. My hand is doing me rigi. Because you have stopped using them. That's why you see many retirees, plenty diseases. Because the building is decaying because it is not in use. It's not doing anything productive. You decay when you live a life of ease. You decay when you live a life of ease. A life that just wants anything goes. Oh, let me just... Hey. You can't grow. You can't develop. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you just imagine? Look at yourself the way you are today. If you were kept in the house and locked in a room from the day you were born so that you will not do anything, do you know the kind of person you would have become? You will be dumb, and you might even be deaf. Things, your organs in the organs in your body will not really develop. You'll be like a you'll be so useless. Because that is what a life of ease is. You know why you have been able to develop like this? Because, okay, even though some people are growing tall, they're just growing tall physically, but they are not growing. They're just eating. Chon, 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 chon. You are growing. Zugu, 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 zugu. They say you are 40. But by the time you open your mouth, they'll be thinking that if it is Tata that is talking. What do I mean by that? It's not by the reason of what you are, the way your voice is, by the reason of the sense that what you are saying is producing. They'll be wondering, is this who? They are looking for who said that thing. When you refuse, when you settle for a life of ease, and that was what happened to that man's garden. A little sleep. I said, you are little. He didn't even say much. He said a little sleep, a little slumber, a little. Okay, now somebody has asked, if a little sleep is producing this result that we didn't like, how many of you like that result in verse 34? He said a little sleep is what we produce it. How much more with a lot of sleep, what will it produce? Now, you see, and when we're talking about a life of ease, somebody will be thinking, okay, we're just talking about sleeping in the house. Do you know, loafing around, you're just up and down, is a life of ease. You are not aware. Hey, you just like to be going up and down. Visiting Kechi, visiting Bokwo, visiting Bori, visit. Everybody will just say, oh, this boy is director of socials. You are dying, no? You are decaying. It's just that you are not aware. Life is too serious for the way we are approaching it casually. A life of ease. Now, let's look at it from the student perspective. We have students now. We'll talk about, we want to apply it. Life of ease. Huh? I said, I've seen a student here. I saw the student. I said, come, where are you going? He said, I'm going for lectures. I said, okay, where is your exercise book? He wasn't holding no book, no biro, and no bag. He said, when is your lecture? 11. And this was past 11. And I said, my friend, come. Where are you going? He said, I'm going for lectures. When is the time for your lecture? 11. And it was past 11. I said, where is the book you are going with? No book. Where is the biro? You mean you don't have biro in your house? And you say you're a student. What type of student can you claim that you are and you don't have a biro in your house? And you are going for and you're just, hey. And you can't believe when I asked him, what is your GP? 1 point something. I said, that one, we should even be thanking God. Your GP should be 0 point something. 0 point something. That you're having 1 point, you need to come and give thanksgiving. Because by the virtue of your life, it should be 0 point something. No growth. A life of ease. Because for somebody who desires something and who knows where he or she is going, especially in our kind of Nigerian university, where you have 1,000 people staying in a class that is supposed to contain 100 people. Then, if you are serious, you have lecture by 11. By 7, 8, you should be there in front. But you just see some people, hey, whiskey. And everybody's hailing you. Oh! You say, yeah, we are the guys. We are the ones who own the school. Don't worry. I used to like the way they used to write something. They say, you advise. They are not chasing you. They just advise you to withdraw. I said, this is what I mean. They didn't say they sacked you. It's an advice. And the only challenge with this advice is that you must take it. It's not like the type of advice they say, it's my life. If I like, I do. This is what we can do. They write in your advice. They didn't say they sack. They say your advice. But I said the only problem is that this advice, you must take it. You just carry your bag and leave. No growth. And let me tell you this. Anytime you stop growing, you start dying. Whenever you stop growing, the next, because in life, there is no middle point. It's either you are going up or you are coming down. Anytime you stop growing, you start dying. Because the truth is this, growth and development require effort. Is it somebody who is doing business? At times people one of the reasons why people, they want to be on their own. They think that being on your own is you wake up anytime you like. That's what it means to be an entrepreneur. Your time is your own. Nobody will tell you when to resume work. Don't worry now. You are telling me resume by 7. Let me open my own business. I'll be coming by 12. Nobody will tell me anything. Don't worry. Continue. The thing that will tell you something is lack and poverty. Growth and development. You see, how we need to engage our lives in continuous growth. The Bible says the child grew and was strong in spirit. The child grew. There is no vacuum in life. You must put yourself under pressure. Now, let me tell you this. There are things that will not jump into you. Okay, now let's put it this way. Anything beautiful is cultivated. There is nothing beautiful in this life that just happens on its own. Anything beautiful, it was cultivated. Now they have said that the only thing that grows on its own is wheat. Wheat doesn't need any permission. You don't need to labor for it. It just be growing on its own. Beloved, if you don't want your life to be full of weeds, you have to make concerted effort. You have to put yourself under pressure. If you don't want your life to be like that lazy bone that Proverbs describe, A little sleep, a little slumber, nap here, nap there, day off there, day. You know when you are walking up and down, you are doing day off. Oh. It's only that you don't know. No agenda, no aim, no. You know, there are times I want to visit somebody, I'm asking myself, what is my purpose of going to see this person? Why am I going? Because, you see, why people fall into trouble, we're going to get that. Oh, time fast spent. Let me leave that one because it's still one of the things that happens to you when you settle for a life of ease. Trouble is inevitable. You know, it was Bishop Abioye that said there are some people who are the ones tempting the devil. The devil used to tempt some people, and they are the ones tempting the devil. And who are the people tempting the devil? The people, lazy people. You know, they say an idle man is a devil's workshop. Not just that. An idle man is the one tempting the devil. That's the devil is on his own, and you are the one now tempting him, looking for his trouble. Devil, have you not seen me? Behold me now. Don't bother going to Jamaica. I'm here. Don't go. I'm here. Can we take one? Can we take one more? They are up to 8. Ooh. Your life is moving to another level. But I know in subsequent readings, we're going to be reading some of these scriptures. Some of these scriptures very powerful. Very powerful. Now, one of the things that happens to you when you live a life of ease, you are vulnerable and susceptible to troubles. You fall into trouble. A life of ease, a life that is not under pressure, a life that is not on a mission. A life that is not on a mission is a life that is a life of ease. You see, when you are on a mission, when you are on a mission, you know at times you won't even have time to greet people. You know, there was an assignment, the kind of assignment, depending on the level of your assignment, there are times you are not even seeing people. Jesus sent the disciples on a very brutal assignment. He said, greet no man. Don't greet anybody because you are on an assignment. You see, when you are living a life under pressure, you have this focus. Lesser being focus. That at times you may not even remember that there's somebody by your side. But you see, when you are not on assignment, I think when you are a life of ease, 2 Samuel chapter 11 verse 1. We're going to read it. I just want to say we read this. It's a very popular story. The Bible says, 2 Samuel chapter 11, in the time that kings go for battle, David said, look, I've fought many. Okay, okay. Now, he said, it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle. Did you see that? It was the time that kings go what? They go for battle. Now look at what happened to David. That David now sent Joab. Is Joab a king? The time that is kings that lead battle. David said, I beg you. I just finished 7 days fasting. We just finished 21 days. Let's just be, that 21 days has covered us. Hey, we can just be, you see the pastor was praying, there shall be no loss. nothing will happen to any 21 days. So anything goes. Let's just be eating and forget tomorrow. Let's just be going anywhere we like. David took a life of ease. David sent Joab and his servants with him, and all Israel, he sent them. And they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. You see, the beginning of his trouble. That is, the devil is on his own, and David went to tempt him. And you see what the devil did to him. You want to see what the devil did to him? Verse 2. Are you joking with the devil? What? And it came to pass in the evening tide that David rose from his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. It was just ease. When others were fighting, and he was just, now me be king now. Joe, go and send Joe for me. Joe, come, I'm not going for this thing. Carry all your soldiers, you people should go. Maybe next time I will join you people. And he was sleeping, he woke up. You see, that's the person, the devil was on his own. And he went to the devil's house and knocked. Devil, here am I. Don't go to Jamaica, I am here. Don't bother calculating. You know, the Bible says, the devil walketh to and fro, seeking. He's seeking. He seeks for, he said, don't seek, I'm here. Don't bother seeking. There's no way, don't waste your time to seek. Here am I, use me. Send me. And here it is. From the roof, he saw a woman washing herself. And not just that, the woman was not ugly. The woman was very beautiful to look upon. Ew. You see the devil? He didn't bring the one that has muscle. So I went away and said, no, see this. The devil tapped the one that had long leg. Everything in the right proportion. And David looked, and his head started doing wunu, 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 wunu. He said, I bind you. The devil said, look small again. You didn't see it very well. You know, at times you can even justify. Let me even see this person so I can cancel her. You look at it again. You say, oh, all these people of darkness, let me look and see so I can deliver her. When the Bible says flee, you see, running and fleeing, they are not the same thing. Running is, you are just okay. Flee is cartoon. Your head will be told, boom. What God is saying, disappear. He didn't say run. Flee, he said disappear. But David was binding and losing. Oh, it's time for spiritual. Let God be glorified in me. Go and bring. You know the story. You know where he ended. So when you settle for a life of ease, you are inviting trouble, calamity, disaster. And I'm sure some of you, probably you've had that experience. You see, that's part of the thing. They say, come to church. Yeah, he said, I just came back from lecture. My head is doing me like this. My hand is doing yoko, 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 yoko. But that hand that is doing yoko, yoko will not stop you from going to visit your neighbor. And did you remember what happened to you? Okay, that's a story for another day. Or while you were doing the devil sent, say, okay, since you have said, here am I, use me, send somebody. Have you realized that most times when you landed into trouble, you were not where you were supposed to be? Now, let's look at another person that something happened to when she took to a life of ease. Genesis 34. That's where we're going to end today. We're going to continue with that. When you settle for a life of ease, a life of ease is a recipe for trouble and disaster. Genesis 34. Can we read together? One to go? One to go? Now, look at it. Did you see that? Went out, no purpose. To see what? Hey, to just, hey, socializing. Ooh. Jenny. That's what she went to do. And that's another person tempting the devil. The devil is on his own. She said, here am I. Look at what happened to her. And for some of you, that has been your story. And what happened? And defied her. That's raped her. Because of waka. The leg could not stay in the house. She went to greet the daughters of men to do celebrity. Celi. Hey. Now let me tell you this. When you are serious with your life, some people will not want to be your friend. Not many people will want to be your friend. I'm telling you the truth. But if you are still having plenty friends, it actually shows you are not serious with your life. You may not agree with me. Everybody is my friend. Okay. She went to greet the daughters of men. And as she was going, hey, just be greeting. Shechem saw her, grabbed her, and raped her. And that was almost like the end of her. We didn't hear any other thing about her. And you know, this rape brought troubles for some other people. Because of the two brothers said, our sister went and caused them to circumcise themselves. Her two brothers finished an entire nation. And when it was time for Jacob to bless them, this stupid act became a problem for two of his brothers. He said, they are men of cruelty. He said, my spirit, don't mingle with them. Can you be more serious with your life? Life is a serious business. Jesus knew that. That was why when the parents were looking for him at the age of 12, they were looking for him, went to uncles' houses, went to weddings, went everywhere where they were doing things, where a boy of his age was supposed to be found. They never found him. And by the time they came to the temple, they saw him reasoning and discussing with doctors. High people in the society asking them questions. And by the time they said, look, don't you know that I'm about my father's business? Life is a serious business. That thing you are doing, are you approaching it with business? Are you approaching it from the business perspective? As a student, are you approaching your studies from the business point of view? If you are, some people will not be your friend. You will discover that 24 hours is not enough. Hey. Now, can I tell you, lazy people are more tired than workaholics. And I end with that. Think about it. Bow down your heads as we pray. This is a very solemn moment. You see, this is one of the reasons why many Christians it's like as if our lives are contrary to the promises of God. God is a serious-minded person. God is a serious-minded being. He doesn't have time for people who are not serious-minded. He said, far be it from me. They that honor me will I honor. God is no respecter of persons. Those things are there. The glory life is in you. You can't experience the glory life living a life of ease. Don't forget that. A life that is not under pressure. I wish I had the time. That's one of the reasons why many people are armed robbers, because they settle for a life of ease. That's why many people are prostituting, because it's a life of ease. I will talk about that more. Maybe then we'll continue on it. But I want you to pray to God. Can you pray for yourself? Can you pray for yourself? Lord, help me to approach my life with, let me be serious with my life. Lord, help me to be serious. I refuse a life of ease, a life of comfort, too much sleep, too much watching television. That's a life of ease. Too much being on the phone, socializing, Facebook. That is a life of ease. Have you wondered you can watch film for 4 hours, but when you carry your book, 30 minutes you can't even read it? And you are wondering why your life is the way it is. And you